What is up, Retromaniacs? Welcome to Retro Card Chat Podcast. My name is Mike. I am from Mike's Retro Trading Cards, and I'm joined by two men whose contracts are up at the end of 2022, and I'm not sure I'm going to be able to afford to re-sign them, so I'm just going to replace them with these cartoon pictures. There we go. It's pretty good. How you doing, guys? You like the new look? This will fill in. Just remember, I have the upper hand in the negotiations here. I just wanted you to know.
Well, since it's possibly our last show, EP, I'm gonna get hammered. We have nothing to work for now, baby.
Well, listen, I gotta actually go to my actual job in 4 hours, but I'm not gonna let you drink alone. So,
what a good friend. Look at that for this bad boy. This is an 8.2, so it's got something behind it.
Well.
Double haze, baby.
Very nice.
I do want to say we've talked about this, but I haven't talked about it on the podcast. Like I said, I'm going to work in a couple hours, and our boiler.
Wait, what?
Our furnace.
Sound right?
Our furnace stopped working months ago. I've told you guys about this. So we're in Pennsylvania. It's going to be like 6 degrees tonight. So we're going to be sitting in this office with no heat. We have 3 space heaters that we can move around in the room. But yeah, so we're like I bought thermals, like thermal underwear. Like it's going to be. God. It's going to be something else.
Wow, that sounds like a good time.
Yeah.
Boy, not everybody gets to experience that kind of stuff.
Got to be some sort of workplace violation or something over there.
Yeah. Our publisher tried to get it. He got 2 quotes. He said it's going to cost $5,000, but we can't get it to February. He got a second quote. It's going to cost $10,000, but we can't get it to you until February. So we went back to the first guy and said, "Hey, if I give you $10,000, can you have it here in like 2 months?" And like he said, "Nope, February." So that's just where it's at. So
I chain issue.
Yeah.
Now, how long has that furnace been out?
I want to say it was September, October, something like that. So yeah, the boiler went and they tried. At first, they were going to try to fix it.
Almost as if they had time to fix it.
I'm guessing.
No. It's too old. They couldn't get.
Company is probably a multi-million-dollar corporation, right?
It is.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, the guy was willing to pay double what they quoted him if they could get it here early, but there's no way to get a new furnace in.
Or at least that's the story they're telling.
I mean, sure.
They can't hire new people. They can't get furnaces. I don't know. Maybe the skeptic in me might be saying there's a pattern developing there.
Poor EP. Long story short, the whole purpose of this podcast, poor EP.
Poor EP. Sweet little EP.
Sweet little poor EP.
Well, I just want to update everybody on the Michael Jordan CSG 9. Nice. I did the drawing for that, and I want to congratulate Paul Ellison, one of our viewers that enjoys watching us for some reason, and he is the winner. I've been in touch with him, and I'm going to be sending that out to him. So appreciate everybody who played along with that. Might do that again. That was kind of fun. I liked doing a giveaway for the people who are actually already watching us instead of just having random people come in. So maybe we'll bring that back at some point.
I owe Paul a shot.
You do?
I
was going to bring that up.
I wasn't sure if I was going to take one today because I might be traveling tonight, so I'm not going to do the shot now. But I do for the next episode. I will have a shot for Paul. If he has any suggestions on what kind of alcohol he would like, I have some Jack. I have some vodka. We can whatever Paul wants. I'll do for Paul.
Why don't we just let everybody pick one? You can do a shot for everybody.
Please, somebody say Malort's, please.
Joe will do a shot for every comment that everybody leaves for this video.
I won't go on a tangent, but EP, I went to New Orleans right before COVID hit, and I had a shot of Malort.
Is it as bad as everybody says?
Yes, it was worse. I have pictures of my face afterwards, and my friend was just taking like snap pictures of, and she goes, and I was done for the rest of the day. I took that shot at like noon, and the rest of the day I felt terrible. It was like drinking jet engine fuel. It was terrible.
Drinking a jet engine.
Yeah, it was like drinking a whole jet engine. It was horrendous. It was horrendous. So no, Paul, you cannot pick Malort.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, speaking of jet engines, the New York Jets are quarterbacked by a really bad quarterback named Zach Wilson, and a number of people like to send his cards into the company called PSA.
We took a long way around, but we got there.
But,
had to go with that one at the bottom.
I didn't even know where it was going myself.
It was a journey.
You made it there.
We all took together.
But PSA has announced their new grading levels and prices for 2023. $19 value bulk with a 20 card minimum that you have to be a member of the Collectors Club. 65-day turnaround time, $499, and $25 value level that you don't have to be a member of the Collectors Club, and there's no minimum on that. They also have a value plus level for $40, which is basically the same as value, but you get it in 20 days instead of 65, but it's still only a $499 declared value, and they have regular service of 75 and a dual bulk autograph like engraving service for 25 that you need a minimum of 20. Big thing out of this is them going from the 199 value to the 499 and raising the price $1, I guess. Now you have to have the 20 card minimum. What are your first thoughts about this one, Joe?
I don't. 20 card minimum is tough. We talked about this before. It's hard to get 20 cards. Even if you're within your personal group submitting. Like the three of us pulling 20 cards together. So that one's tough. And I'm curious. I guess then if you're only going to send one card in, it jumps up to 25, right? From the looks of it.
Yeah.
I will say from what I've heard from people who have submitted during this $15 holiday sale, the turnaround has been really, really good, like less than a month. If it's me, I'm absolutely, if I can, I'm absolutely going at the $19 level instead of the $40 level, which both, the one says 20-day turnaround and the one says 65. I think that 65 will probably be closer to 30 to 40 days. Like at that point, what's the point in jumping to the $40 level? It just doesn't make sense to me. But yeah, I 20 cards is a lot to pull together for $19. I couldn't see someone like EP. You've been wanting to send cards in. I don't see you being able to do that.
Yeah, I mean, I could pull together 20 cards that I would want to send in, but not. I don't know if I would want to send all of them in at $19. I mean, again, $19 seems, it's only $4, but it seems like quite a bit higher than the 15, which is
it's $80 if you think about it. It's $4 a card, but you have to send in 20.
Right,
I mean,
yeah. So I mean, it seems pretty significant. I do like that they raised the level again. I don't have a ton of cards that would go up beyond the $200 level, the $199 or whatever it was before, but I think that's a good incentive. And I mean, the original number was 18, so $1 more to increase that cap is probably pretty good for people who want to. There are some people who are still doing bulk submissions to do reveals and stuff and flip cards and everything. And for them, I think they're willing to pay that extra $1 to get that deal to go up to $499. There's probably a lot of people. It's probably gonna help a lot of those kinds of people, right? Like there's going to be a lot more. There's potential for a lot more of those bulk submitters to get to flip their cards. I
think a lot of those people have been sending in the cards anyway
at the
$199.
Yeah. Oh yeah, at the $15 level. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a price increase, but I feel like this is the first step of getting back to where they were before they closed. I know a lot of people don't remember, but the actual value level was $499 for the bulk service back in 2021 before they closed. I just looked in my account today and I had a couple Tom Brady cards that I declared $499 on. So I think, we've talked a lot about them lowering the price, and they've been doing that, but I think this is a correction to get the declared value back to where it has to be before they continue to lower the prices. Because like we've talked a lot about the 199 level, like it's just so hard if you're actually staying under the level. And like, I'm sure most of the people out there are just sending in anything. If they get upcharged, they're like, okay, that's fine, I'll get an upcharge. But, this is a little different now with that $40 value plus level being the upcharge. Now, instead of your upcharge being from, $18 or $15 to $30, you're going to be going up to $40. Like
no,
that
the
level,
upcharge. No, you'd go up to 75 because the $40 level is
that's
$499.
Right. I'm sorry. Yeah, that's right. That
so
goes up
you're
to
going
75.
from I've always been curious with the upcharge, and Mike, I think you've been upcharged on something. Do they upcharge, like, does it just go straight to the next group, or is
The
it
next
like
service?
the
Well,
next service?
depends on what the value of the card is. Yeah.
So it's like if you send in a card that is $600 and the guy at PSA is just having a real bad day and he really wants to put the screws to you, does that go right up to the $75 level, or would PSA have a like, oh well, the percentage of it between this level and this
No, they go to the
level,
next
they just
tier.
go right to the
Yeah.
next one.
They
Yeah,
go to the grading tier.
you're going from 19 or 25 depending on how many you submit to $75. That is massive. That is massive. And other content creators have pointed out that there isn't a in between level for declared value, which that really is weird. Like
Where's
there would
the
be something in
$9.99
between.
level?
Yeah.
They had it and now they took it away. So that seems a little weird.
Have they ever said how they determine what the value is? Do they go with eBay comps, or do they have a backup price guide they open up and or like what what
They just grab a number out of the air,
Right?
But no, they use their
the PSA
auction
website?
prices realized. Yeah, I
Okay.
believe that's what they use for it.
Okay.
Well, but that's the problem though. Like when they're at whatever part of the process, QA1, QA2, whatever, when they're deciding to upcharge someone, the way the card market has been recently, what they decide your card is worth today, by the time you get it or you pay for that upcharge, it might not be worth that anymore.
Yeah.
Are you referring to your Marvel cards? Are you referring to your Marvel cards?
Did you send in Zach Wilson cards?
Well, yeah, that's what it was. The Zach Wilson cards. I had them all lined up, and I'm sending them off, and they're going to
had a good game last week, and then last night.
You gotta sell those bad boys after one good game. But yeah, there needs to be some sort of in between, and I need a little bit more transparency on how they're determining values. Like we just take their word for it, and when business is good in terms of secondary market, it's great. Whatever, upcharge me, I don't care. But it's so volatile, between when they charge you and when you get it and when you're able to sell it. Like I don't think it would be fair to take someone from $19 to $75 for one card. That could just totally destroy any sort of value you would get from actually grading it.
Yeah, and I think that price, like, makes you wonder if that was a misprint. I've seen some other content creators ask about that, and is that actually supposed to be a $9.99 level? Like,
right,
that would make a lot more sense
if
it was for the $40. But like, really, you're going to pay over twice the price just to get the cards back a little sooner? That doesn't even seem like something PSA would do.
I could see something where some submitters would want to, they would want that so they could flip faster, but it does seem not having that extra tier on the prices does make it seem like that's the case though.
And that's a pretty high price on a $4.99 declared value. So even if you get a good grade on something, you get it back quicker, you're going to be losing a bit of the value from it right there.
Right. Absolutely. And that's the thing we talk about all the time. It's like when it was a $1.99 value, well, you have to pay the shipping there, the shipping back, the actual grading fee, eBay fees. By the time it's all said and done, what you actually paid for the card too, like people aren't just finding cards like we, I think that we did for that first stretch. So people are actually going out and paying for these cards or buying the boxes to open them up to get these cards. When you put all of that investment into it, how much is that card actually increase in value for you, after you go through that whole rigmarole? So yeah, I don't know. Maybe people are making the anti-graders maybe are saying, maybe we don't need to grade at these prices if the bump up from $20 or I'm sorry $19, we send something in, it comes in at declared value of $550. Like what's the leeway? What kind of leeway are you giving me here? If that day you just happen to have there was a really good sale or something, maybe some shill bidding occurred, and the card value bumped up on wherever you're getting your declared value comps at, and you're going to possibly hose over one of your customers, but again, they're so big, no one cares.
They're not doing anything they haven't been doing all along. So
no one cares.
I mean, at this point, I think anybody using it knows the game and knows how it's played, knows the rules that they put out. Go ahead, EP.
Well, speaking of that, and also you had said about this price correction, it seems like they're fine tuning everything. Do you guys think this change will move the needle for them as far as submissions? Like it's going to be always about them trying to get more submissions in to, make their money. So do you guys think that this moves the needle for them?
I mean, I would tend to think their numbers will go down. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I don't know that there were a lot of people out there that had like a $350 card that thought, oh, I can't send this in at $199. Right. PSA said, no, I could never do that. Like, they're doing it anyway, right?
Well, then in that case, do you think they're doing it because they got a lot of submissions at the $15 level and they think that's maybe a little too much and they're...
It goes back to what I said earlier. I really think it's the correction of the declared value to get it back in line with where they were before they closed. Okay. Like they might have, maybe people would think that, oh, well, it's the same price that I just sent mine in yesterday, but now it could be $4.99. So they made it $1 more to make people go, well, at least I saved $1. So, but I really do think it's kind of a correction of the course. And, we talk about the prices and everything going down. I think you'll see the prices drop from here, but it's going to be at this level. So wherever they end up, it's going to be closer to what they were doing before they closed.
Yeah. I mean, so that's, you make a good point, Mike. I think a lot of people who have talked about this are talking about it like, it went from $15 to $19. It didn't. It was technically never a $15 service, right? So you can't, sure, they were running that special and they expanded it to I guess they just sent an email out today that you have a week left to submit your cards. So they expanded it a week, but for the most part, it's not been a $15 service. So, but to your first question, EP, I think, I agree with Mike that I think submissions will actually drop because for the last 2 months, there have been probably people just in mass sending, whatever cards they had to get to that $15 or I'm sorry, to use that $15 service level. And I don't know, it goes in their minds, it goes up $4. So, I'm going to send in as much as I can. Maybe this week, maybe PSA really wanted a lot of submissions.
That's what I was going to say. Do you think maybe this was partially a marketing ploy?
Yeah.
That, the submissions have been drying up a little bit and they're like, okay, let's tell people it's going up to 19 and we'll get people to
because Gemrate's numbers are going to be coming out soon. So we got to make sure that
I kind of feel like there's probably some truth to that it is partially a marketing because I can't see them sustaining the million cards a month they're grading with this pricing structure. It just doesn't seem realistic.
3 days ago, they released the new prices. Today, they said you have a week left at this $15 level.
That's not a coincidence.
You can't tell me that those are not connected. Right. So, I would not be surprised if they saw the numbers. They want to try and get a big push at the end of the year. I used to be in politics. I used to do campaign finance. And we would put the most letters out right before the reporting period because we want to make sure that we raised more money than the other candidate. So I could see them saying we got to really push this week to show that we are still the biggest show in town. And if we send out this email after we sent out a tweet saying basically prices are going up, then people will. And it happened right before the shutdown. They said, we're going to increase our prices, and people kind of lost their minds and started sending everything they could in. I think it's a very similar ploy here. Or I'm sorry, marketing strategy.
You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Joe, are you going to ever submit anything else to PSA?
All right. So I have a little bit of a confession to make. It's a little embarrassing. I have to say that I made a very definitive proclamation on this podcast several months ago. I don't know if you guys even remember me saying this, but I did say I would.
Here. If people don't remember, hold on. I'm going to insert it right here.
I am never submitting with PSA again.
Now they know.
Well, that was a dick move. So
What do you
so
expect?
yes. So I said, you know what? I'm never going to submit with PSA again. You just saw the video, the recap. I got to confess, I did. I broke my promise to our viewers, to our
Wow.
subscribers. I broke the promise to me. I'm a little sad.
Who
to say
are
that.
you?
All right. So by the absolute letter of the law, I did break that promise. I am never submitting with PSA again. But in the spirit of the law, I still feel I have not, and I'll tell you why. Who's the hardest working person on this podcast?
Me.
Clearly, it's EP.
Oh, you meant like in real life.
Real life. Yeah.
Okay.
This guy is he'll go in and work 18 hours today, take a 3-hour nap, and then come back and work 24 straight hours. I mean, he's unbelievably
does that?
crazy. I know, it's nuts.
For what?
Crazy people.
Crazy people. And when we were talking about the $15, this was in November, we were talking about the $15 submission that PSA was offering. I saw the glimmer in EP's eyes, but I also saw the sadness that he knew he would not have time to submit cards to PSA. So, as a great friend, and on the sly, I texted EP because I have the most free time out of all of us. I have no kids.
Definitely.
I work a 9-to-5 job. It's great. It's great. The most important thing, the most time-consuming thing in my life is fantasy football. So I have time. So I texted EP. I said, hey, I'm going to be home over Thanksgiving. Let's meet up. You give me your cards to submit to PSA, and I'll do it. So we met up at the Milton Truck Stop on Black Friday. I went home to Pittsburgh, submitted them for EP, got them out in the mail on Saturday, got them back. Christmas miracle. Got them back Wednesday. So just a couple of days ago from when we're filming.
Where was my invite? What about my cards?
We kept Mike
I
completely
feel
in
so
the dark.
left out. I am so happy your contracts are up.
We left Mike
We just
completely in the
sealed
dark because we wanted this. I said, Mike, give me 10 minutes for a segment. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I have the cards right here.
No way.
I have the cards right
Wow.
here. 12 of EP's cards that he gave me. He said, Joe, if you got them in hand, let's do a reveal on the pod and go through this 12 card order. So with your permission, Mike, it's our last episode. If our contracts don't get extended, Mike, with your permission, we're going to do a little quick PSA reveal.
Might as well
Who
do
would have
it.
thought?
Let's
Who
do
would have
it.
thought that Joe Day was going to do a PSA reveal? So
Wow.
yes, I'll finish it with this. I did go back on my word, but it was to help sweet little EP get some cards graded. He doesn't even have a PSA account, people. He had no time to do this.
Well, he
so
doesn't
I
need
did it
one
for him.
now.
Apparently he doesn't. Apparently he doesn't. All right. EP, you ready?
Yeah.
You ready
Of
to do
course.
this? Okay.
Yep.
I'm going to go through. Let me pull up. You sent me pre-grades. Okay. So I'm going to go through card by card. The first one is a 2005 Fleer Ultra Gold Medallion Frank Gore. You had it pre-graded at a PSA 8. This is the only one I saw. This is a completely blind reveal. It was the top one on the list. So I kind of revealed myself. It came back.
Nice.
PSA 9.
Nice. That's awesome. That's
Yeah.
really cool.
Once I saw that and I saw your pre-grade, I'm like, maybe we'll get you one of those graders who got lucky the night before. I don't know. We'll see. EP, you want to say anything about that one?
Just that what the crazy thing about that one is when I ordered that online, looked nice in the pictures, and then when I got it, I looked at it, I was like, man, definitely not a 10. I can't send it in for like $40 or $50, whatever it was. And I was like, so I just put it aside and said, you know what, I'm probably not going to send this in. But at $15, I figured I'd take a chance. It's probably an 8. But when I went back and looked at it afterwards, like I couldn't really see what it was that was making me so hesitant to send it in. But yeah, so 9's great.
Yeah, look good.
Yeah.
Look good when I was prepping them for you. All right, second card. This is a Dirk Finest rookie card. You had this pre-graded as a 9. Did you do you remember if you left the stuff on it?
Well, the crazy thing about that one is I thought it was centered better than my Vince Carter, but the peel on it was kind of like coming up. So I definitely took the peel. So I took the peel off of it, and I thought it looked pretty good. Taking the peel
you had
off.
this one pre-graded as a 9.
6.
9.
9.
There you go.
All right. Nice. That looks
Look at you.
Nice. That looks really good.
You're 2
really
for
nice.
2. All right. This is a SPX Tom Brady. What year is this? Is this
2002, I think, right?
2002. Okay, I sent one of these to HGA. All right, you had this one pre-graded as a 9. All right.
Go ahead. Let's see it.
10.
Woo! Nice.
10.
Nice.
Wow.
My first
Look
10.
at
That's
that.
awesome.
You got
Very
one of those
cool.
good graders, you SOB.
I did. Like both of you guys had one of those, and you both had them graded really high, and I thought mine looked very, very similar to yours as far as like centering and that sort of stuff.
Higher than I got.
I thought it was a 9, possible 10.
I think I got a couple 10s of that because I had a few of them I sent in.
Okay. This one I'm jealous of. I'm not going to lie. This one I'm really, really jealous of. I'm jealous you never told me about it, to be honest. This is, I didn't know you opened any of this product. This is ultra modern. This is 2022 Panini Luminance. You had this one pre-graded a 9. It is the red short print auto. Kenny Pickett came back a PSA 8.
Oh, wow.
Man, that's a shame.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
How did I not know you had that card?
How did I not know you had it? I saw it when I got it from you.
Wow.
Year 1. Pretty cool.
Boy, imagine if you did like videos for the channel and you pulled that.
Right.
Nobody would want to see anything like that. Wow.
We're gonna have to talk. We're gonna have to talk after the because you owe me money for this grades.
Yes.
All right, next one. Is this a Tiki Barber rookie?
Yes.
Okay, what's that?
It's the Pinnacle Trophy Collection.
Oh yeah, Pinnacle Trophy Collection. You had this pre-graded as a PSA 8. All right, let's see. 8.
Okay, as expected.
Look at that.
Very cool.
Look at that.
That's a PC.
Collection.
That's for me. Yeah. That's a nice card. I love that card.
Very cool.
I have a certified red of his as well. Pinnacle certified, totally certified red that I'm probably going to send in at some point too. It's really good.
He's a Giants fan, kids. So
yeah, huge Giants fan.
You know,
huge Tiki Barber fan.
All right. Next one. I'm jealous of this one too. Really jealous of this one. This is from, you must have opened up some draft picks. This is from 2022 Select Draft Picks. Autograph. You pre-graded this one as a 9. Another Kenny Pickett auto. Came back a mint 9.
So you pulled 2 Kenny Pickett autos, and we don't know about either of these.
Listen, I've been working a lot, dude. What am I supposed to do?
How are you not?
How much retail are you opening? Oh my God! Got to get some retail.
Listen, it's been on the shelves, man. It's been at Walmart. When I go in there, for some reason, it's there.
How do you not tell us you get that stuff?
I hate draft picks.
When I saw it, I was ticked.
Wow.
All right, this one's a Jordan.
Shocking. That is shocking.
All right, this is the Upper Deck Encore Jordan. You had pre-graded at a 9.
Yep. This is one
I don't know what year it is. Is it an insert?
It's 1999 Upper Deck Encore, a higher power.
Higher power.
10.
Wow.
There were 3 cards in that order that I thought could be possible 10s, and that was one of them. Like the last 10 of that sold for $2,000. That was back during the hype or whatever, but like the last 10 sold for like $2,000.
Well, it doesn't really matter what they sell for because you'll never sell it.
Right.
I mean, I'll probably sell that one. I have the
You'll
regular
say
Upper
that, but
that
you
as well.
Yeah.
All right.
Wow, fantastic.
Next one.
No upcharge?
Yeah, was there
no? I don't know. I didn't get the cap, but
Okay.
would they have asked
They would
me?
let you know. Yeah, they let
Yeah,
you know.
so no
before.
upcharge.
No.
They didn't charge
Maybe
my
there-
Capital One yet, but
Maybe there was a
free.
new
Maybe.
sale or something on it.
Maybe they saw it was from me, and that was like, I owe this guy. All right, this is from 1999 Molten Metal. This is a cool card. This is one of my favorite cards. We talked about this card being pretty valuable, ungraded. You had a couple of them, I think, EP. You only sent one in. This is the Donald Driver metal. I think it was shorter printed than the rest of them. All right, it's a metal card. Gem 10. Wow, you are killing it, man.
That's
absolutely
awesome.
killing it. That's a sharp card.
That is. That's
I
nice.
like that. I got a Ricky from you from your stack sale, if I remember. Was it Ricky?
Ricky Williams, yep.
That you owe me. All right.
Yep.
We got a couple of Kobe's here. We're almost done. This is...
It should be Hoops rookie card. NBA Hoops rookie?
No. You
it's the premium?
Hoops. This is the premium. So
Okay.
Skybox Premium.
This is one of the other ones I thought could possibly be a 10. Possibly.
Right.
I thought it was really clean. It was as clean as that Jordan. Probably it's going to be a 6. Yeah, it's
Yeah, it pre-graded a 9, but you were
9.
thinking maybe a 10.
Yeah. 10.
Wow.
Dude, that's awesome.
EP, you're killing it.
Holy crap. That is awesome.
I should submit cards for you all the time.
Yes.
Holy crap.
Holy crap.
Good
That's
for
awesome.
you, man. Jeez.
Wow.
Nice. All right. So we have 2 Kobe hoops back to back. You had these pre-graded at both of them at 7s.
7.
Hopeful for 8s.
Hopeful
The
for
way
8s.
this grader is going, I'm thinking they might be 10s.
Might
The
be
thing is,
11.
they both had some like minor corner and like edge issues. So I was like, man, I don't think like I was afraid to send these in at back when, of course, at the higher levels. But all right,
It's okay. Here's the first one. 9.
is that a 9? Are you serious?
Wow.
9.
All right.
Holy crap.
All
EP,
right.
you better get on eBay.
He won't.
All right, here's the second one. If that one got a 9, chances are this one got a 9.
Probably
right?
because they were both almost exact same issues. I'd be surprised if not.
9.
8, 9. Wow.
This has been crazy.
Yes.
All right, you got one
Yes.
more card left. This is
All right.
this is my absolute. This is one I am going to buy from you.
Okay.
I'm going to definitely buy from you. This is numbered out of 15. This is from Chronicles. I know you love Chronicles draft picks. You had this pre-graded at 9 as well. This is another Kenny Pickett autograph. Gem
Nice.
10.
Oh,
Wow. That's the one
Wow.
you
You
wanted at
pulled
10.
3 Kenny Pickett autographs. It didn't say anything to us about any of them.
I've been busy.
No, that is not an excuse. You
I
can't
mean-
do
Wow,
that.
a 10? That's awesome.
It's
That's
numbered.
amazing.
Oh no,
Is
it's numbered out of.
beautiful.
It's 7 of 15.
Wow.
Yeah.
that
And
card
what's
is
really
gorgeous.
weird is it is absolutely gorgeous. Color match with the pit uniform
Yeah.
and my hat. What's really weird is I swear to God, I had number 7 of 15 in this card. How is that
I guess you
possible?
don't.
That's crazy.
I guess I don't.
understand.
Wow. I'm going to take a longer look at this one. That's your card.
Mhm.
It's definitely not
Wow.
mine. Oh, wow. That is
That's awesome,
beauty.
man.
That
I can't.
grader was in a good
Yeah.
mood.
Holy
So
cow,
again,
that's so awesome. That's so great.
I want to verify all
You're
12
such
of those
an
cards.
idiot. 3 Kenny Pickett autographs and you don't share with either of us?
Come on, man.
Come on. You're out of here. I'm glad you're done.
Yeah, get that contract.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Well-
this is the last podcast you'll ever see. Sweet Lady. I'm
But
done
I
with
hope
him.
you
As-
all enjoyed that reveal. And Mike,
Yeah.
I kept my
Wow.
promise to our viewers. I have not submitted any cards except for the ones I submitted for our sweet little EP.
Well,
It needed
if
to be
you,
done.
you end up buying them, it's pretty much the same thing. So yeah, you're,
Ah,
you're
that's
still a
true.
hypocrite.
I was gonna say, Joe, as a token, as a thank you, like you can take any 4 cards out of that order that you want and keep them.
What?
No, he's not. He's not allowed to do that.
What?
What about me? It's my podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of great choices. I really like that tiki. EP.
What you wouldn't keep
EP,
my tiki, would you?
I think Mike's got a little clouded head. Those Kenny Pickett's were mine.
You have Kenny Pickett cards?
Yeah. I sent them with EP's order.
Now it makes sense. So So you did get cards graded by PSA. I get it. Now I get it.
After you weren't sure about the first one, I'm like, he'll
Yeah.
definitely know by the second one.
Yeah. And then when you said, "Oh,
Well,
I
come
thought I
on.
had one that was 7 to 15 or whatever,"
Right.
He has a retail addiction. How was I supposed to?
That's
know?
true. That is true.
Come
That
on.
is true. I do have a problem.
Totally plausible that he could have those and many others because of all that he opens.
Listen,
So
if I pulled a Kenny Pickett auto number to 7 to 15 or whatever, I'm telling you guys, 100%.
and you're making me take it.
Yeah.
So full disclosure, yes, 3 of the Kenny Pickett's were mine, as well as the Donald Driver. That was mine as well. Mm-hmm. I am never submitting with PSA again. Yep. But EP had 8 cards, and I think wasn't a 10 card minimum or whatever. So I said, I'll throw in my Kenny Pickett cards. Why not? And then we'll have this little fun reveal for Mike and see if he notices that I threw those in. I actually thought you were going to catch me on the Donald Driver. For some reason in my mind, because you knew I had one, I thought you were going to catch me on the Driver, be like, is that your card? But yeah.
On the very first Kenny
But
Pickett
I thought
auto,
EP had those too.
I do. Yeah. I have like 4 of them.
So, yeah.
I do. Like at the very beginning with the very first Kenny Pickett, Mike did like something like this where he looked up and like started squinting and he's like started thinking like he was I was like, oh my gosh, he knows.
No, I'm an idiot. So you totally pulled it over on me. That's fine though. It's more entertaining that way.
No, that was
dude.
So real talk about the
awesome.
timing. The grades were awesome, but real talk about the timing. I did pick them up from EP on Black Friday.
That was true.
I submitted them that night. I am never submitting with PSA again. I shipped them out Saturday. So the Saturday after Thanksgiving, and got them back on the 21st. So the turnaround, that's why I was making comment about the $19 65-day turnaround. I guarantee you it's going to be way less than that.
Thanks for the, hey, Mike, do you have 3 cards you need to get graded? Yeah, no. I feel totally left out. I'm left out. I'm so
this was more fun.
Did you see this?
There was no bit if you would have submitted cards.
My anger is about to not be nuanced. I'm just saying.
Mike has so many graded cards, and we have so few.
Mike's gonna like just put the cartoons up for the 2 of us and just and mute us for the podcast and sit there and talk for the rest of the podcast. Just him.
Cheers, EP. Hey, those joking aside, those were great grades on your cards. Like they really,
congratulations.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That Jordan is fantastic.
Yeah, I can't believe those 2 Kobe hoops. Like that's crazy.
I'm surprised we didn't get an upcharge on any of that stuff.
I had a Kobe Skybox and they hammered mine. I thought it looked pretty good, and I think it got a 7, maybe an 8. But
your grader did not have a good night the night before. That's all.
I mean, I had a pretty good order overall. Yeah. That was the big order from last year. But got to move along here a little bit, or else we're going to have a 4-hour podcast today.
Some people would like that.
I think you kind of undersold the 10 minutes for that segment that you told me you needed. But yeah, we figured since the end of the year, we would all make our bold hobby predictions for 2023. So I want to get these out there. And who wants to start, Joe?
I'll start.
Okay.
All right. My bold prediction, ironically, after I just did a PSA reveal.
It's not going to be that you're going to use PSA because you already did that, you hypocrite.
I am never submitting with PSA again. PSA is shutting down. No, I'm kidding. That's how I hold. That's if I was.
You just sent shivers down some spines. People are like, oh gosh, not again.
My bold prediction is that CGC/CSG closes the gap significantly on the secondary market with PSA.
Wow.
So couple of reasons. I actually took notes for this.
Yeah,
so
good.
I could go through why I think that could happen. So if you look at the gem rate numbers, they are clearly the second in terms of total cards that they're grading. They're clearly the second. So more and more slabs. They're over 130 last month, 130,000 slabs, I believe, went out in November. More and more slabs are starting to hit the market. They're starting to show up at card shows. They're on eBay more frequently. So people are going to see them more often. They have the best slabs. I mean, once people start seeing those slabs and looking at those slabs, they're the clearest. They're clearer than PSAs, and they're sturdier or as sturdy as Beckett's, in my opinion. So that will be a big boost. They did improve the label. I still don't love it. I love the non-sports label. I think the non-sports label is awesome.
CGC,
they've improved the sports label. And we talked about this. It might have been last pod or the pod before. $1.25 million mantle sale for the 8 that they sold. So there's a lot of buzz. There's a lot of hobby buzz around that company. I'm not saying they're going to overtake PSA and what their value is on the secondary market, but I will say the gap that we see today will be much less by this time next year.
It's a very bold statement. I know
Probably
you're going to have a lot of probably, but that's the whole point of this.
Yeah.
So yeah, but I like it. I like it
Yeah.
very much.
Yeah, I mean they have that deal with eBay, right? So isn't that, aren't they? There's a lot of things in place for that.
And there's other possible deals down the road that we could see happen. You know, like they seem like a company that is willing to go out and do stuff. Like as much as I love SGC, I think they're happy where they're at. BGS, I think they're not embracing their niche as much as they could with the subgrades. I think CSG is willing to. They heard, you don't like our label, we'll make a new label. You know, like they're willing to go out and do things aggressively. And I think that's going to start showing up more and more in the secondary market.
And I think you have a lot of people that are starting to use them to PC. And like, I think it's common sense. The more people that do that over time, you know, they're going to go, you know, I'll pay that for a CSG. I like them. I've been using them. And, you know, they are going out there. Like you said, I know, like I'm a wrestling card collector. There are a lot of people who are really into independent wrestling cards, and CSG has embraced that part of the wrestling community. They're the only company that's willing to grade a lot of the independent cards.
Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
And it's very much like baseball prospecting. Like you're taking people years before they even get in a developmental.
You're talking like Ohio Valley type wrestling. Like that's not
even
a thing anymore,
smaller. Yeah. Like,
but
so, you know, a lot of the people out there and a lot of those cards become very valuable, like MJF. Some of his stuff is like ridiculously expensive now because he's ascended to, you know, this big star in the industry. And CSG, by doing that, is I feel like they're gonna embrace a big number of wrestling fans. You know, the ones that are grading the Wrestling All-Stars, they're not interested in CSG, but that next generation is going to be, and that's where they're smart. So
and
I do think
the Marvel thing is huge.
Yeah, that's big too.
I really think they're gonna. I think they might, secondary bowl prediction, they might exceed PSA in the secondary market with their Marvel cards using the label that they use for the comic books. I could absolutely see that, though. I really do think they should have gone to a 9.8 as their gem mint, but that's just me.
So, hey, Mike, you sent a bulk submission through them, and I think you remember you were pretty. You thought their grades were pretty accurate. Like they did a really good job grading as well too, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I didn't even mention that part of it because sadly, people in the secondary market really don't care if the grades are accurate as long as the number is higher. So I didn't even bring that up, EP.
All right, EP, what's your bold prediction for 2023?
There will be fewer people at the 2023 National Sports Collectors Convention than there were at the hedonist, horrible Atlantic City one that we attended this past year.
Wow.
That we got stabbed at. I mean,
we all got stabbed. Yep, we got robbed.
All kinds of stuff.
Yep. And everybody says the Chicago's venue is so beloved, like everything. And I bet you there are less people at that one than there were at this one when we were at this year.
I could see it happening. I mean, we're not going, so
no,
there are
already for sure.
Less. Yeah. Yeah, but that's pretty bold. I don't know. I mean, might be more of an indicator of where the market's at by then, but there are a lot of people that got back into this that aren't, you know, even if the people that are investing, that are buying the high dollar stuff get out of it, still going to be a lot of other people that replaced them, like us, you know, people that enjoy cards, enjoy going. So yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
I wonder how accurate the numbers are. I work in a nonprofit, and whenever we have an event where we invite the public,
you juice the numbers.
Seems like
it's like the WWE reporting WrestleMania number.
I'm like, there were 10,000 people here today. That sounds interesting. I saw 10, but okay. But yeah, it'll be interesting too because Chicago is way more central and has a larger airport hub. that people can, from the West Coast can come into. So there is more opportunity for more people to be there. But I agree. I mean, just because of the market, because of the how we were almost at the height of the boom, or we were starting, I guess, the slight descent, but we were still up there. I could totally see the card show being closer to where it was in 2019 than where it was last year, if that makes sense.
Okay, I'm going to finish things off with my bold prediction. This one's out there. Let me just throw that out there. But we all know Fanatics. You've heard of them? Yeah. My bold prediction is that Fanatics is going to buy one of the grading services. And
wow.
My sources tell me, which are absolutely made up, and there's no truth in this whatsoever, but to back up my bold prediction, I think they're going to buy Beckett.
Wow.
Give me a minute to explain. Fanatics has been taking control of every aspect of this hobby. Like, there's no part of it, I think, that they want somebody else running. So I feel like they're going to have their own grading company, their own grading service at some point. I know they can do a deal with PSA, but like, if you look at Fanatics as a company, they're not really a let's do business with for our business. No, they're we want to own everything.
Right.
They got all the licenses for clothing. They make the clothing themselves. They distribute it. They send it out. They let you order from them. They control it all. And I feel like they're not the type of company that's going to say, okay, well, PSA is big. They can handle the grading. We'll do the breaking and stuff. But then we'll send it to PSA to grade, and then we'll bring it back and put it in our vault. They've been raising capital for acquisitions.
And we all assume it's for Panini.
And we do.
We all assume.
And that's low hanging fruit.
Right.
I feel like Beckett, because they're so far in fourth place right now, they've dropped so much, but they still have a history and they have a name value that really the name,
like
the
what
Beckett
other
name,
company?
They're a well-respected.
Yeah.
Exactly. That's, I see them a lot like Topps, and again, totally nothing behind this other than my own conjecture in my own brain, but I feel like it makes sense. I know Michael Rubin was a partial owner of CSG, but like, he could very easily get out of that at any time. I don't think he wants to be a partial going. I think he wants to control everything from the beginning to the end of the experience for the card collector. They're going to make the cards, they're going to ship the cards, they're going to grade the cards, they're going to break the cards, they're going to store the cards. They're not going to let somebody else do it. And that's my bold prediction. Maybe it's the medications I'm on. I don't know, but there you are.
So I love it. Yeah. So I love it too. To your point about him being a partial owner, the current owner of the Browns used to be a partial owner of the Steelers. I mean, it is what it is. I will say this. We talked about the one-stop shop thing all the way back. For you listeners who have been with us since the beginning, we've talked about how Michael Rubin said he wanted a one-stop shop. Well, in the hobby, one-stop shop includes grading, right? I mean, it's not, I wouldn't be surprised if Mike, if you or EP or I mentioned grading back then too. I mean, I will say this, it would make me nervous for legitimacy of the grades, because if you're having a Fanatics break a box of Fanatics product, sending them to the Fanatics grader, if it's not a 10, what is going on in the processing level at Fanatics that or the production level of Fanatics that they're not putting out 10s? They're basically saying, oh, we're really bad at actually making cards. Here's a Fanatics BGS 2. Like, so it would hurt some of the legitimacy. I'm not saying your prediction is not going to happen. I don't think the legitimacy is even in his mindset right now. We just need to own every part of this process. So yes, bold prediction, but I couldn't agree more. I don't know if it'll be BGS or if it's a Fanatics grading service, but yeah, I could absolutely.
They just
see.
seem to me like a company that would rather
Like
buy than try to do it themselves. Yeah.
I mean,
same thing with Tops. Same thing they did with Tops, and the name Beckett means something.
Yeah, all they do is print BGS pristines, the black labels or whatever, right? That's all we do. It's all we print.
Yeah.
And so
they're all black
labels,
baby.
Yep. So the last point you made there, like the name is, in my opinion, is the thing. Like they went on and got Tops, and what other name is as big as Tops in the industry? It's Beckett. I mean PSA now, but I mean as far as like for people like us, like Beckett is like this iconic name, just like Tops is.
That was the price guide. So, that was how you knew what your cards were worth.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was like for an amount of time. That was like a monthly. That was like a moment. Like when the new Beckett came out. It was a huge deal.
The up arrow or the down arrow. Yeah. What do I have?
Yeah. So like Beckett and Tops. That's like so.
We could tell what a rookie card was. What an actual rookie card was.
Yep.
We actually had a friend, as an aside, since we're getting to the fantasy football semifinals, as we're talking, we actually had a friend who would go on the way to our fantasy football draft, pick up the current Beckett, and whatever players were the most valuable, he would draft those players. That is not an exaggeration. He did not believe in fantasy football magazines. He believed in Beckett as his draft guide.
It didn't really work too well for him, but yeah.
His team was always the youngest, most up-and-coming team every year because the rookies were always the most expensive players in the Beckett.
All right, guys. Well, that was a fun chat. Thank you for the surprise, and glad I got to play the Village Idiot this week. But, I'll try to do better next week. Take care, guys.
See you.
Adios.